We'll be back in 60 seconds with the American grandparents from Michigan imprisoned in paradise while they're behind bars in Cancun and their families' efforts to get them freed. Now to a vacation horror story. A Michigan couple has spent the last 3 weeks in a notorious Mexican prison over a dispute with a resort company. Maggie Vespa spoke to their daughter, who was pleading for the U.S. government to help.
For years, Mexico is where Christy and Paul Akeo vacationed with friends, celebrated birthdays, holidays. Lindsay Hull is Christy's daughter.
They love being there. That's just where they like to travel.
3 weeks ago, the couple flew to Cancun, excited for another trip. But shortly after landing, Paul called Lindsay.
He just said, "We're being arrested for fraud."
How do you process that?
I said, "Fraud for what?"
Mexican authorities had issued a warrant for the couple's arrest over a years-old dispute with an all-inclusive luxury timeshare chain, Palace Elite Resorts. This photo shows Christy at the notorious Mexican prison where she and Paul have been ever since.
She's sitting there on the phone crying to us that she's starving. She has nobody to talk to. She can't trust anybody.
According to the criminal complaint, back in 2021, the Akeos bought an elite membership contract with Palace for exclusive benefits. But within months, Palace and the Akeos were at odds. In a post on Facebook, Christy wrote that Palace accused her of wrongfully posting photos to profit off the resort and canceled stays racked up through a referral program. The complaint says Paul then successfully disputed nearly $117,000 in American Express charges tied to their membership. The family's lawyer says Palace failed to provide the goods and services.
They're sitting in a Mexican prison right now indefinitely over a contract dispute.
For more than 2 years, the Akeos assumed the ordeal was over. Lindsay says they had no idea there was a warrant for their arrest when they flew to Cancun. This past weekend, the Akeos' lawyers say Palace offered a settlement if the couple paid $250,000, signed an NDA about the ordeal, and publicly apologized, which the family turned down. Palace Resorts declined NBC News' request for an interview. The company's lawyer saying in a statement their complaint was filed in accordance with Mexican laws, writing the conduct of the Akeos appears to be criminal, and pointing to Christy's Facebook post instructing others how to report similar charges to the detriment of the Palace. Lindsay says she's been in touch with the State Department, which tells NBC News they are aware of the case.
We need help. We need help from our politicians. We need help from our government.
She says she's desperate to bring her parents home to their grandchildren.
I was picturing that moment of them being able to come home and like taking our daughters there to see them and and just having our family there to hug them.
Maggie Vespa, NBC News, Diamond Dale, Michigan.